Last time on Dice Versa.
If you're going to Madelon's residence, please let me know. There's something there that I need. You arrive at the cemetery. Ukko, you spring the trap, pulling the door open. Boom! As they get hit in the face with the gate. The bottom of the trap just opens up, and all of the hobgars fall out and begin scattering around the camp.
Nailed it.
2 drones come buzzing out of the sky. Ukko, as you get knocked unconscious, you hear like a faint voice in the back of your mind.
But it's been 5 years, Sergeant Bronte. You must choose a new bond partner.
I don't need anyone. I can take care of myself.
Bretta comes rushing into the room.
They got him! They're gonna kill him! They're gonna kill my Jellic!
As you hurry out of Abretta's, you can see a stream of colonists heading to the southwest corner of the settlement, and you can hear them murmuring about Jellic's execution. Many of them are crying, and all of them look weary and downtrodden. As you follow the crowd, you eventually stop at an open area between some prefabricated buildings. The crowd fans out, surrounding the open area, and in the center, you can see Jellic hanging from a street lamp by his wrists. His feet dangle above the ground, and his face is beaten and battered. A dark red stream of blood flows from his nose, dripping into a bloody puddle beneath him. 2 Azlanti soldiers stand next to Jellic, one on either side. They both have thick, luxurious beards. One soldier holds a knife, while the other brandishes a tack lash, which is basically a nylon whip. Each has a pistol strapped to their hip, and both of them are sporting knuckles that are still shiny with Jellic's blood. The bearded soldiers taunt the crying colonists as the crowd gathers. Suddenly, the soldier holding the knife makes a quick slash across Jellic's abdomen, and he lets out a cry of pain. There's a collective gasp in the crowd, and you feel a wave of outrage roll through the onlookers as they watch their friend and colleague being tortured and killed in front of them. Then the other soldier cracks his tack lash, and the crowd immediately falls silent. A curtain of blood begins flowing from Jellic's stomach, and he goes limp.
Oh shit.
You can see he's still breathing, but each breath is a painful struggle. What do you do?
The moment that guard slashes into Jellic, Ukko charges him. I got you, Jellic! I try to move my giant form to protect the man.
Yeah, he's definitely a man.
The older gentleman.
You, shove through the crowd. The colonists look shocked. Those who haven't seen you around are very scared and confused as to where this giant dragon man just appeared from, but they move out of the way and let you just charge in. So you run up, and as you come running to Jellic's aid, the soldiers snap their eyes to look at you, and they both just pull out their tack lashes and crack them on the ground.
I'm not sure which one it is on screen, but the one that cut him is going to get cut by me.
The northernmost one is the one that cut Jellic.
I rolled an 11 to hit with 10 piercing damage if it does.
Your pike just skims right past his face, and you actually cut some of that luxurious hair off of his beard, but he is generally unharmed.
Got it.
All right, Navessah is going to basically kind of start making her way through the crowd, and she's basically, she does the psychic trope of, placing a couple of fingers up on your temple and basically kind of establishing a link with Jellic and just kind of reaching out to him like, hold on, Jellic, we'll be right there, just stay strong. And I'm going to use my inspiring boost on him to try and keep him from bleeding out.
At first, it's just nothing. You get nothing back from him, just silence, and then after a moment, you hear,
I'm doing my best.
He gets 7 stamina points back.
Noted. The other soldier, the one who did not attack Jellic, runs behind you, Ukko, flanking you, and he cracks his tack lash forward and tries to disarm you. And he succeeds as his whip wraps around the back of your tactical pike, and he yanks it, and the weapon just slips out of your hands, getting pulled back behind you.
Welp.
You no longer have your weapon.
Then I'm going to try to see if I can trick attack, try to flank with Ukko against one of the guards. That's a 15 on the trick attack.
That trick attack does not succeed.
Mishka pulls out his survival knife and goes for a little stabby poo.
Oh.
That's a 24 to hit for a total of 1 damage.
You run up, pushing through the crowd, getting behind this soldier, and you go to slash at him, but your knife sort of gets caught on his armor. And while you do draw a little bit of blood, it's not a significant amount. That soldier that you just cut stays focused on the big dragon. Ukko, you take 6 damage as the whip slashes across your chest, cracking loudly in your ears as it breaks your skin, your big scaly hide. And once again, you see some of your purple blood dripping down your chest.
What a rude boy.
And he takes a 5-foot step to get out from between Mishka and Ukko.
The tactical pike, was it yeeted away from me?
Yes, yanked out of your hands, clattering to the ground. Like he wrapped his whip around it and pulled it out of your hands.
Okay.
So it basically gets pulled out and clatters to the ground.
All right, so here's what I'll do. I will pick up my tactical pike, put it back in my hands, and look over my shoulder. Even though this guy's the one who lashed me in my chest, that guy disarmed me, and that offends me more. So Ukko turns around and just big ol' arcing swipe at the band that disarmed me.
All right, so I like to think that you use your tail to maybe flip your pike up into the air and you grab it. And in one big motion, grabbing it out of the air and swinging it, you go for a slash on this a-hole who just disarmed you.
Yeah! Ooh! That's a 20, not natural, but a dirty 20.
And you connect, slashing deep into this soldier's face who just disarmed you, and you not only cut his skin, but you blind him in one eye, and you see he grabs his eye and hollers, and just pouring blood comes out from underneath his hand, and he takes 10 piercing damage.
Eye for an eye. Wait.
Yeah, it's equal.
Now that Jellic has been taken care of, I'm going to focus my energies on the beardy soldier closest to me. Mark him with get him.
All right.
And then I'm going to attempt to shoot him. That's gone well for me before, so let's do better.
Don't eject your battery.
There's a 17 hit.
Good job.
A 17 does indeed hit.
Nice.
As you square up, and you're like, don't fall out of my gun. Damn battery. And you pull the trigger, and the laser bolt flies and finds its mark, splashing against the back of the soldier's neck, who is between Ukko and Mishka, further aggravating that little cut that Mishka gave him for an additional 3 damage. The soldier that just got diseyed, whose eye just got removed from their face, takes a very hesitant step to the right to continue flanking you with his partner Ukko, and just continues his attacks with his whip. Oh, but his hand is slippery from his blood, and as he goes to crack his whip, it flies out of his hand, and now he's the one disarmed.
It's hard to attack at that distance when you don't have any depth perception.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna continue to kind of skirt around this dude so I can flank with Ukko again on this guy. And I'm gonna just kind of kick up some dirt into his eyes to kind of blind him and do another trick attack on this jabroni. So it's a 22 on the trick attack.
That barely succeeds.
Hey.
What is with your damage?
You know what? I don't know. And that's a 10 plus 2 from flanking and plus 1 from get him, right? So 13.
13 to hit. That is not going to do it, as he sort of sees you moving out of the corner of his eye, and as you go to slash, he raises his arms and deflects your knife with the armored forearm, and he turns and tries to catch you with his tacklash, sort of in a wide-armed whirlwind slash with it. You barely dodge out of the way as it whiffs over your head. You hear the high-pitched whine of it as it cuts the air above your head.
Yeah, Mishka ducks the blow, and he just kind of growls back. We're leaving without a friend, Jellic.
Ukko's gonna spin around again with a big old, like, not Superman punch because he's got a tactical type.
Superman stab?
Yeah, he's just gonna Superman stab the bearded guard that slashed Jellic.
Okay, the one between you and Mishka.
Yeah, with that in that flank.
Okay.
That is a 14 I rolled, plus 2 from flanking, plus another 1 from get 'em, so 17 total to hit.
Yeah, boy.
17 to hit, connects as you make this Superman stab, and he sort of stumbles forward a little bit as he takes the blow and 6 more damage. You see now both of them have a pretty good trickle of red that is starting to pour down their grayish armor.
All right, second verse, same as the first. I'm going to get him, the same fella. Then I'm going to attempt to shoot him again, since it was so successful last time.
One more game.
One more game.
You got it.
There's that Navessah damage I've come to know and love. All right, 17 on dice, and I do 1 fire damage.
That connects as you continue pelting him with these little laser blasts that are more of an annoyance than anything, but they're working. They're whittling him down.
And kind of like chiming in with like the other two. Navessah's trying to kind of have the same kind of trash combat talk because she's learning on the job here. She's like, yes, we're here to save our casual acquaintance we met today.
The group's envoy, everybody. The newly cyclopsed guard who dropped his tacklash takes a step back and pulls his pistol from the holster on his hip and goes to attack, underestimating your reach, Ukko. So go ahead and take an attack of opportunity on him. Ooh. And by he underestimates, I mean I underestimated because I was like, yeah, he can take a 5'7" and be out of reach. No, he cannot.
So Ukko hears him like step back a bit and hears that gun unholster, and he quickly spins again like a big overhead sweep. I rolled a 22 to hit for 6 piercing damage.
He still hangs on to his gun, but your attack completely throws his aim off.
Mishka's gonna stay in that spot. He's gonna try to trick attack again. He's essentially gonna try to like fake him out. So that's a 23 on the trick attack.
That trick attack succeeds.
Yeah. What the Okay, 21 to hit for 1 damage again, but plus 2 because the trick attack succeeded.
So yeah, you do like a head fake juke and close in on him with your knife and just slash him across the exposed skin for an additional 3 damage. He tries to drop and disengage and run away. Anybody in range, in melee range, can take an attack of opportunity on him now.
I don't think I can yet.
14 if he's still get-emmed.
He still is. He's get-emmed until my next turn.
14 is just enough to connect as you give him another slash as he runs by for an additional 2 damage. And he goes to run past, but as he does that, the crowd surrounding the area closes in around him, cutting off any route of escape. And you see that many of the colonists suddenly produce makeshift clubs. Some of them have, lead pipes. Some of them have like old rusted wrenches. You see one of them is just holding like a garden hoe. And the rest of them just use their fists and their feet as they just come down on this guard, surrounding him, beating him. He falls to the ground, covers his head, and every time a weapon is raised, it comes up bloodier than the last time, and you hear the soldiers' short, stifled screams go silent. And even after he goes quiet, the colonists continue beating him until the frenzy subsides, and they are just standing bloodied and breathing heavily with a wild rage in their eyes.
We're inspiring a riot, yeah!
Kill Steelers.
They all got +1 to hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, Ukko is feeling rather good, seeing the crowd get riled up to fight back against their oppressors. Ukko takes one little 5-foot step in front of Jellic, a little closer to the remaining guard, and stabs his pike towards him. The guard, not Jellic. That is a 22 to hit again for 6 damage again. Take that, Cyclops!
Please describe how you kill the Cyclops.
I just make him blind.
With a very well-placed jab, you just stab him in the other eye, and he grabs his face and collapses to the ground as his body goes still. As that soldier falls to the ground, Abretta starts pushing through the crowd. You see her struggling to get through the crowd. She's screaming, "Let me through!" And you see tears streaming down her cheeks. And she has a first aid kit at the ready. And she rushes up next to you and helps you lower Jellic down to the ground. And she says, "Oh, you old fool. You goddamn fool. I told you not to come here and stir up trouble, you damn idiot. You never listened to me. Never listened to me." And once Jellic's untied, he slumps into Abretta's arms and she hugs him tight. And he goes, "Oh, ow, ow, careful now, Abretta." But even through his winces, you can see the faint hint of a smile on his lips as his ex-wife holds him. She says, all right, come on, sit down. Let's patch you up and get you back home." "Oh, Lord, what did they do to you?" And you see Abretta pull out some gauze and bandages and wraps a generous amount around Jellic's midsection. She pours some bottled water over his face to help wash away the blood and dirt.
I'll keep an eye out and make sure no one is coming. If I can, Mishka would like to jump onto the building and just use the sniper rifle to just make sure no one approaches.
Okay. Mostly you just see the rest of the colonists. There's a new energy sort of coursing through the colonists as they're gathered around here, seeing some of their oppressors cut down so handily. And eventually Abretta finishes patching up Jellic, and she comes up to you guys with Jellic sort of slumped over her shoulder. "All right, these damn sons of bitches are gonna pay. I was doing the math, and best case scenario, they've got maybe 12 soldiers left. That's less than half of what they started with. Originally, I was just thinking that I wanted them to leave, but now I'm thinking we should finish what we started here. Tie up our loose ends, if you catch my meaning."
Yes, I think my associates here would be able to oblige you in that.
"Speaking of payback, I think y'all should go visit Corsica. She's gonna want to hear about what y'all did here, and something tells me she's gonna want in on the next steps, whatever they may be. She and her son live just north of here by my house. Come on, I'll show you."
Whoa, wait 1 second.
Ukko's gonna pull out his data pad real quick and notice that they're right next to the location where Gariah Lee is looking for information.
Can we check in on this place real quick for Gariah?
Yes, I was thinking along those same lines, Ukko.
Yeah. That's no problem. If you guys want to go head over to Madelon's now, that's fine. Here, give me that. And she sort of snatches the data pad out of your hand and she says,
Hey.
I'll just mark Corsica's prefab on here real quick.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, one last thing. If you're going over to Madelon's, you're going to need his entry code. Here, 1 second. And she pulls out her own data pad and scrolls through it a little bit and she says, here we go. It's 6639. And don't tell him I told you, all right? Oh, last thing. When you go see Corsica, tell Weldis that Abretta sent you. Tell him you got the bastards.
Will do.
With that, she sort of turns and disappears into the crowd as it disperses from this open area, heading back towards her workshop.
All right, make our way through the crowd. Excuse us, please. Thank you.
You're getting very strange looks. Some of them look maybe a little bit afraid, but most of them are more curious. You see a few happy faces, a few people like pat you on the back or the shoulder as you walk by.
Yes, no problem. We're here to help. Don't worry.
Remember this. Use it. They can be beaten. You can fight back. Take your home back.
Throwing out high fives.
Yeah, he's embracing this and like trying to inspire people as he goes by, like,
Yeah, you can be a dragon king too.
I think like moving in Ukko's wake, Navessah might kind of be like, just remember to be safe and don't do anything too reckless. Come up with a plan first, coordinate an effort.
But take your homes back. Yeah.
As you push your way through the crowd, eventually you come to the prefabricated buildings that Abretta marked as Madelon's residence. And as you come up to the residence, you see that it consists of 2 connected prefab modules, each with their own separate entrance. One entrance is painted with an elaborate golden cityscape, and the words, "All are welcome before the master of the first vault," are written above it. The other entry just has a small wooden sign that says, "Private Business," hanging beside the door. Both entrances have a keypad next to the door, and while the building in general looks like it's in pretty good shape, the lights are currently off, and the general area just has a feel of abandonment to it, like people sort of avoid this part of the camp in general. Let's get some culture checks real quick.
17 from Mishka.
That is a 13 from Ukko.
21.
Okay, you all recognize the cityscape imagery and the words, "All are welcome before the master of the first vault," as very common words and images of the Abedaran religion. And this is obviously some sort of Abedaran chapel that Madelon has set up.
Yes, then I believe the private business is where we want to go.
Yeah, probably.
And then, I'll go up to the door and punch in the code.
It was like 636. Hold on.
6636.
It was 6639.
6639.
6639. That's what I said.
As you punch in the code, nothing happens because it becomes very quickly apparent to you that the power to the keypad has been cut off.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
And Ukko's gonna just try and pull the door open. There's no power, at least to the keypad.
Okay. That'll be a strength check.
So athletics? Question?
Sure. You can do athletics if you want, or you can just do straight strength.
I'll take athletics because it looks higher than my strength. 27!
Ooh.
Goddamn.
Okay. You lower your shoulder and just make a charge at the door, and it crumples under your weight and falls open. Please make a reflex save.
Oh.
Okay, where? I'm panicking. There it is. Oh, good, -1. That's a 4 total.
So the door falls in, and you are standing at the open door looking very proud. You're like, ha, so how about that? And then there is a deafening blast from inside of the house, and you take 10 sonic damage.
Jeez.
Are you okay? Mom, can you hear me? Mom.
I'm gonna walk over to Ukko and basically place 2 fingers up to the temples and then place another hand up to Ukko and use my inspiring boost to give him back 7 stamina.
Take a breather, friend. I'm gonna...
What?
Okay. I'm going to check, make sure there's no more traps.
Maybe we should check to see if there's any more traps.
Okay, I just pat him on the knee.
Just like give him the okay sign, like roll your eyes.
Yeah, just give him a thumbs up.
Go ahead, Mishka. I'll watch him.
Can I do a perception check or something?
Yes, please. Please make a perception check as you, before you go in, just sort of peering around, looking for any other traps or anything else to be wary of.
That is a 24.
So with that 24, you do indeed see the trap that was triggered on the ground poking out from underneath the collapsed door. You look around the rest of the room. It doesn't seem like there's been anything else really rigged up. There's no like Home Alone style traps in here.
Some bowling ball cans.
There are no Hot Wheels on the ground. No, it looks pretty clear, but other than looking for traps and stuff, you also notice that the interior of the residence is in complete disarray and has clearly been thoroughly searched. There are papers strewn about everywhere on the ground, and the furniture has been overturned. And as you feel a little bit safer, confirming there's no traps, and you head in, you actually notice...
another trap.
No, you notice an unopened parcel among the mess of papers that has the word urgent stamped in red block letters across it.
I'll go and pick that up.
It's like a manila envelope that clearly has like a decent amount of papers inside of it.
I'll continue to look around. I'll pick that up and hold on to it for now.
Okay.
What was it? The Goriali, she wanted us to find reports, right?
She's looking for a report about her family who works in the mines who were involved in some sort of mining accident.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else on this envelope that could hint as to what is in it other than urgent?
No, the only other thing really on it is that it's addressed to Madelon. It has the Abadar Corp logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly comes from within the colony, but it doesn't have like a return address or anything on it like that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, what's Navessah and Ukko up to?
I think my hearing's coming back.
As I just kind of nod to him. Can I give him a quick just look over, make sure he's okay?
Sure, yeah. He can do a medicine check just to like assess him.
19.
He took a blast and his hearing's probably going to be affected for a little bit, but he'll be okay. No permanent damage.
Well, we should see if we can find anything for Goriah.
Lower your voice, please. You're being quite loud.
What?
Mishka signals that it's okay to enter.
And I just help him up and kind of begin taking him inside.
All right. So you guys are now all inside of this messy residence.
Ukko will start looking for any data pads, computers, or things addressed to Goriah.
So there is a desk, but there is a very clear marking on the desk where a computer had been removed. So you can probably assume that the soldiers probably came in here and confiscated all of that stuff.
Is there any like filing cabinets with papers in it that look vaguely reporty?
All of the filing cabinets are turned over. The papers are strewn out all over the ground.
Everywhere. Oh, jeez.
Did Abrita tell us about anything like a hidden storage compartment or anything?
Nope. There is another door that leads into the chapel from the residence, but that's about it.
I'm going to pick up some of the papers and just kind of see what these are, seeing if maybe there are reports in there among the debris on the ground.
All of the stuff on the ground is like old supply manifests that have been filed away, messages from around the colony, but none of them look like they're of any import, really. Mostly just organizational stuff.
Okay. I think once Mishka's kind of had a look around, seeing that he can't find anything that looks like a report, he'll look at the envelope, thinking maybe the reports are in here, and starts opening that up to see what's inside.
Inside, you find a report from the Blue Tin Mining Group regarding an accident that occurred in the mines a few weeks ago. The beginning is all of the niceties and the formalities, but then towards the bottom, in bold lettering, it says, as per your request, we checked in on the family members of Miss Goriah Lee, and we're happy to report that they have only sustained minor injuries in the incident and are expected to make a full recovery.
Yeah. I walk over to Ukko.
It looks like
Hand
there
him
was
the
a
envelope.
computer.
I was like, here, you can give it to your lady friend.
Reads through real quick. Cool. All right, she'll be happy to know that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What?
Should we keep going?
Yes, Mishka, would you like to check the next door, make sure it's safe, and maybe start looking in there, and Ukko and I can turn this room over, see if anything was squirreled away anywhere?
Sure.
His computer's missing.
Yes, we'll have to find it. Maybe the Azlanti took it. Seems like they were searching for something.
Is there any kind of, like, investigation, look for hidden compartments or hiding places or anything like that?
Just a general perception would do that.
But the dog boy already did a really good one.
Yeah, I know.
Bork.
I got a 14.
And I would have brought it up if there was anything to find, but there's not.
Well, what are you trying to say? You know what? I'm going to stay in this room longer and keep looking.
So, you guys going to the chapel? What's up?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to inspect the door, make sure there's no more traps.
Yeah, there's just a door in between Madelon's residence and the chapel. You give it a good peep to look for traps. What was your previous perception? 24? Yeah, no traps in the entire chapel from what you can see from the doorway.
Yeah, I do also have a blind sense of 30 feet with a scent.
Yes, you don't smell any traps either.
Okay, cool. It looks like the coast is clear. Let's check this out, yeah? And Mishka enters once he's sure it's safe.
So you enter, and it is indeed a chapel. There are several small benches and an altar emblazoned with the symbol of a golden key up at the front of the chapel. Let's get another perception check round from everybody.
Perception check. Ukko got an 11.
14 from Mishka.
15 from Navessah.
So, Navessah, you go up to the chapel and you're just sort of poking around, and you actually do find a data pad that's been hidden inside a little niche that's been sort of carved out of the inside of the altar.
I take it out and try and turn it on.
And as you turn it on, you find that it is locked. So you can make a computers check if you wish to try to bypass the security.
Oh, I would like that. I got a 20, not natural.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to bypass the security as you sort of fumble trying the default passwords and trying whatever tricks you may have picked up for getting into these things, but this one is keeping you out of it for now.
Ukko takes out his pike. I can hack it.
Mishka.
Different kind of hacking, friend. If I assist, can she do it again?
If you succeed on your assist, then we will just say that she got it.
Okay, I will do that. I have a suspicion her computer's probably higher than mine. Oh shit, or maybe not.
Well,
25, natural 20, baby.
you're like, oh, I'll help with that, and you just take it out of her hands and put the code in, and it works. And on this data pad, you find a folder that is labeled Sedona, Starship Discovery. And inside of this folder, you find multiple image files and a voice recording.
Ooh. What do these things depict?
The image files are various angles of a strange glowing crystal that's encased in metal, and the metal is engraved with various foreign runes that you don't recognize.
I'll play the voice recording.
So you hit the voice recording, you hear a click, and then you hear a male voice.
Okay, start again, Sedona. What did you find?
It was quite a discovery, staggering even. Not only did we find the source of the technomagical anomaly in the forest, we also found a crashed starship in the woods. The ship seems quite old. It must have crashed many, many years ago.
Oh, so you think we could dismantle her? We could use all the scrap we can find, no matter how old.
I do not find that humorous, Mr. Kessie. I do not think you understand the implications of this discovery.
Oh, okay, it's just a little joke. So, you gonna tell me why this ship is so dang important to you?
Well, judging by the state of the ship's exterior, which has largely been reclaimed by nature, it is certainly possible that this ship crashed before the gap. Additionally, the ship appears to be of Azlanti design, and judging by its lavishness, I would venture to guess that it belonged to someone very important, or at least very wealthy.
Azlanti? All the way out here? And you're sure that it's that old? We don't need the Empire knocking on our doors looking to collect their dead.
Oh yes, I'm quite certain that the ship is multiple centuries old. There's no doubt.
Alright, if you say so. So now tell me about this other thing you found, the technomagical doohickey.
Ah yes, this will truly have the scholars drooling, as one might say. It is ancient Azlanti technology, imbued with magic of some kind. I've yet to discover its purpose, but I found it inside the crashed ship's engine room, so I suspect that it's a power stabilizer. Or perhaps some sort of navigational aid. I plan to show it to Miss Abretta and Mr. Kresk. They both know a lot more about vehicles and mechanical contraptions than I do. Perhaps one of them have seen something similar.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Exactly what I was going to propose. Please let me know if they have any luck identifying it. And, well, I hope this discovery doesn't mean that you plan to leave the colony. We've grown used to seeing you around the settlement.
That is very kind of you to say, Mr. Kessie. While I do think that it's imperative for us to share this discovery with the stewards, I do not think that my immediate departure is necessary. I will take the necessary steps in this matter. You have many responsibilities as it is, Mr. Kessie.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for your time, Sedona. I'll send this report along to Abadar Corp with next month's shipment. Say, didn't you say you knew the crew that's bringing our supplies next?
Oh, yes. They're old friends of mine. I'm very excited to see them.
Well, I'm sure they're excited to see you too. And I'm excited to have an extra pair of hands around here for a few days.
And you hear another click, and the recording ends.
Is there anything else of interest on this datapad?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. I hand it back to Navessah.
And I begin just feverishly studying the pictures, kind of basically start copying the information over to my own datapad.
Cool. And then Mishka will open the front door to the chapel and take a look around, make sure no guards are coming our way.
The coast is clear.
All right.
At least as far as you can see in the fog, but yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's go talk to this friend of Corsica.
Can we go see Garaya after? Let her know her family's alright.
Yes, of course, yeah. Corsica's on the way, don't worry, friend.
Alright.
If you want more Dice Versa, check us out at patreon.com/diceversa. We release bonus content for every episode, like deleted scenes and episode commentary. You'll also join our growing community with access to the Dice Versa Discord server, where you'll get to chat with me and the other players. So come join us. That's patreon.com/diceversa.